everybody, and welcome to the Demo Jam for June 2019. We're going to be covering customer service apps today. My name is Jeff Grosse. I'm a Salesforce MVP, and I'm joined, as always, by my good friend Joshua Hoskins. Hey, Joshua, welcome back to the United
Hey,
States, and hello to you.
thank you very much. Just back from Amsterdam a couple days ago, hosting a Demo Jam. Now it's great to be here with yourself and Amanda.
Hey, Amanda.
Hey, how are you? Happy summer. I think the official first day is tomorrow, but I'm ready to go. I don't know about you guys. And I'm also super excited for today's Demo Jam.
Absolutely. So, so everybody knows Amanda Nelson. She runs the Demo Jams for Salesforce. She works in the AppExchange, and she's the one who helps us host this whole thing. So, what you guys can do as our lovely audience today, you guys can follow along on Twitter using the hashtag Demo Jam. You can go ahead and say anything you want out there about the Demo Jam going on. You can ask questions. You can also ask questions here in our GoToWebinar chat. We will bring those up to our demoers today. But today's participants, we've got to let you know who's here. We've got RevCult, Coveo with 7 summits, Commercient, Proximity Insight, and NICE InContact. But before we can start off the Demo Jam, we got to let you know about a few rules, and Joshua's going to run you through the rules of the road for a Demo Jam.
Thanks a lot, Jeff. It wouldn't be a Demo Jam if we didn't show these rules. All right. So every Demo Jam contestant has 3 minutes and only 3 minutes. The Demo Jam contestant is also not allowed to use any slides. We want to see the best of their app in 3 minutes or less. And with that, there's only one winner. One winner will have the bragging rights to take home the Demo Jam trophy for customer service apps this month. Jeff, are you ready?
We are. So everybody out there in the audience, remember, you are the ones voting. You make a difference in who wins this Demo Jam today. But to kick it off, wait, we want to tell you about this. You're going to hear a few, let's just call them forest animals today during the Demo Jam. One's going to be a little bit of a warning saying, hey, they got 30 seconds left, where they're going to be rushing through that last part to show us everything else that their app can do. And then you'll also hear when their 3 minutes is up. So there's a little bit of a challenge to this. We know that people are up to the challenge. We are going to watch their demos today. And to kick it off, I have Commercient. Commercient Sync is capable of bringing essential customer service data from over 85 ERPs to Salesforce, such as item numbers, SKU, inventory, warranty, billable goods, line items, payments, and serial numbers, account history, all kinds of other stuff. I mean, obviously, everybody knows how important that data is. But in order to see how it works inside of Salesforce, I've got Ken DeLazia here today. Ken is going to be showing us exactly how this works. Are you ready for 3 minutes to begin, Ken?
I am. Thanks for the great introduction.
Let's do it. You bet. Your 3 minutes begins now.
Okay, my name is Ken from Commercient. I'm here today to tell you about the Commercient Sync service platform. We do sync over 85 different ERP accounting systems with Salesforce. It is truly bidirectional and pre-built, so it implements quickly. We start out by syncing basic customer information, such as contact, phone number, billing and ship-to address informations, as well as credit limit information, whether or not they're in a credit hold. There are multiple ship-to addresses, open and closed invoices, open and closed sales orders. This makes it easy to look up information, history information about the customer, as well as create reports and dashboards. You can see in this instance, the information is coming from Epicor P21. We can also sync your products, pricing, inventory warehouse information, such as inventory availability. And we can also sync custom items, such as user-defined fields, custom views, and custom tables. For companies that create products with serial numbers, we also sync the serial numbers that have been invoiced, so it's easy to look up to verify products ownership. We also sync assets and populate asset information. In this case, you can see the information is coming from the SysPro ERP accounting system. Let's say, for example, a customer calls in and has a problem with a product they've ordered. The customer service rep can create a case, type in the serial number. Customer tells us their serial number of the product they've got. and verify that on the list. Verify the date of sale. This is useful for warranty information, and create service orders as necessary. The Commercient sync is truly bidirectional. On this screen, you can see I've got a quote that I've set up against an opportunity. And when I feel this quote is ready to sync back to the ERP accounting system, I can check the box here. It will automatically sync back to the ERP accounting system. We can bring that quote in as a quote or automatically create an order or an invoice or a job as necessary, whichever way the end user likes to see that arrive in the ERP accounting system. Our data is native to the system, so you can create user dashboards and reports. You can see a few sample dashboards here, such as the biggest customer and the most popular product and AR balance report. We do sync with over 85 different ERP accounting systems. Here you can see on the app launcher products, ERP systems such as Acumatica, Epicor, IFS, Infor, QuickBooks, Sage, and SysPro, just to name a few. You can find your app on the AppExchange.
All right. I tell you what, I was thinking through this when you were doing the demo. 85 ERPs. I don't even know if I could name more than 20. I mean, of course, there's a lot of different ones out there, but that is a huge number, and the valuable data that you guys are able to sync over is fantastic. So what I see in this, not only is the fact that you have the bidirectional sync going on, and of course, I'm sure that's configurable, as you can say one-way sync or two-way, but the idea, being able to pull that data in, brings the information that a customer service rep or a support rep is able to access and utilize, not only for the entitlement side of things, but for the, hey, I need to get you a replacement order. You can see all of the order information from whatever system that you're pulling it in from. Fantastic. Very simple to use. I'm sure there's some really good demos out there of how we set that up, but I would imagine it's probably a pretty simple thing. And Ken, I appreciate your demo today. Looking forward to getting somebody's question towards the end of the webinar. But without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Joshua for our second demo today.
Thanks a lot, Jeff. Next up is Coveo, presented by Seven Summits. Seven Summits, the leader of community-driven digital transformation solutions, will introduce Coveo, a Salesforce solution. Coveo brings AI-powered search and recommendations directly inside service and community clouds to deliver effortless self-service experiences for customers and meaningful interactions for support agents. The best part, Coveo is lightning ready, and with 9 out-of-the-box lightning components and growing. Today with us from Seven Summits, we have Chris on the line, and he's going to show us all the dazzle that Coveo and Seven Summits do together. Chris, are you out there?
I am. Thanks, Joshua.
Awesome.
So as you know,
3 minutes starts now.
Great. So my name is Chris. I'm a solution engineer with Seven Summits, and today I'm going to share with you how Coveo AI-powered search unifies relevance across all of your company's digital touchpoints. First, I'll log in as a customer by the name of Susan. Susan recently purchased a Speedbit Blaze and found herself on the Speedbit community to answer a question that she had. You'll already notice that on the homepage, Coveo is able to put recommendations in front of me and contextualize my experience based on the products that I own. So I'm going to ask the question that I have here in the search bar. And you'll notice that even though I start to mistype my search, or my question rather, that Coveo automatically course corrects and recommends a relevant result based on previous searches. So when I land here on the results page, you'll see that I can pull together content from both inside and outside of Salesforce. So for example, the first result here is a YouTube video that I can watch without even leaving the community. That video is great, but it didn't answer my question. So I'm going to use one of the facets here on the left to narrow down my search and take a look at this knowledge article. So this knowledge article, it answers my question, but it also recommends relevant documents based on what other users have viewed in the past related to this search result. So this didn't answer my question either. So if I were to go to a case create page and enter my subject, you'll notice that the case deflection component by Coveo will recommend results again from inside and outside of Salesforce to help me on my path to resolution. So let's say Susan creates that case, and we want to show you what an agent would see on the Service Cloud side. So this is what the case record page would look like with Coveo's results here on the right-hand side. So if I wanted to, I can really easily attach this this result to the case and email directly to Susan from the Coveo component. And so that just makes it super easy for me to recommend a relevant result. Again, not necessarily content that resides in Salesforce, but it just really pulls together that experience for both customers and agents. And that is all.
Awesome, great job. Thanks a lot for showing that demo. I mean, I've been around the block a couple of times to see Coveo actually add all this functionality, including the integration with Community Cloud. But the fact that you can seamlessly be able to intuitively suggest items based upon the user's ownership of their different products, and as well as their history and navigation-wise, is definitely well on its way to helping the person that's seeking support really find the answer that's needed very quickly in a relevant way. Which is great, because in the customer service world, if you can provide a self-service experience and deflect your cases, it basically it's a win-win for everyone. But what even more, you reinforce the fact that you're able to surface the knowledge-based articles, internal and external, when that person is responding to a case from an agent's perspective. So always redirecting back to the community and relevant information so that they can improve and build confidence in their self-service experience is great. Thanks a lot, Chris. Really appreciate the demo.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, moving right along. Please stay tuned, and you're going to want to vote for the person who wins the demo jam, the best demo jam. We're going to want your input, and here in a little bit. Jeff, who do we have up next?
We have got NICE InContact. You know, getting customers to the right contact center agent quickly, it's a critical component to customer service. But how do you know which agent is available and which is the right agent to get them to? Well, you guys are going to be able to watch a demo of external case routing and see how contact centers can prioritize, route, and oversee all this activity that's going on in every channel from voice to digital. And we have the amazing Josh Gibson here, Senior Sales Engineer from NICE InContact. You are going to be showing us the goods today. Are you ready for your 3 minutes?
I am.
All right, there. We just wanted to make sure we got you. So your 3 minutes begins now.
Perfect. Okay. So NICE InContact blends together the best of the contact center, from phones to social media to SMS, and Salesforce's capabilities across knowledge base, information storage, as well as their own chat and, as we were talking about, case management capabilities. By unifying the experience into one interface, we've allowed the agents to create and brought forth for the agents the ability to create the world-class customer service experience. In this specific example, you can see that I'm actually talking to an individual right here on the phone today. This individual has come to me from for a specific customer service request relating to having documents sent to them. Based off this phone call that I'm having and the information that is being displayed to me now that the call has begun, I can then start to dive in to understand who am I talking to and what can I do to help provide them the information that we need. By having this conversation with them, I ultimately determined that Josh needed to come back and provide me via email some information related to the specific documents they were working for or looking for. In this particular case, I was helping Josh answer some questions and then need him to send me an email so I can further respond with the correct documentation. By having Salesforce directly connected, not only does this mean that this came to me and I was able to see the Salesforce objects, but it was delivered to me because I was the best agent available. This stays true not just for phone calls, as we can see it here, but also for Salesforce objects as we traverse them across our skills-based routing platform. After I go ahead and finish this call out with Josh, I can go ahead and report on and organize this call, saying that Josh called in and we resolved his issues, allowing us to automatically now memorialize this information. And then, as Josh comes through and sends me that email, I can be delivered as the best possible agent the case associated with the email that he sent. So as the case comes across, I'm delivered, I'm shown that Josh needs me to go ahead and, after having a conversation with him, send him documentations relevant to this. This case was delivered to me as the best available agent, and I can now instantly respond by sending him an email and providing him the documents that I talked to him about before. I could include attachments or other information from within Salesforce's interface or within my own database as well.
Right up against the end there. But hey, good job with that. You know, there's so many things that I could say about this in the relation to the data that people need to answer adequately, to cover all of the different channels that are out there, to be able to disposition the case appropriately, to make it simple, to bring the updates into Salesforce, to bring that call log in there. So now you can relate the number dialed to how many cases are created to how many calls you took and all these other pieces together. And as you look at it, these are so, so important to every contact center out there, because there's not necessarily a lack of data, but there's a lack of cohesive data. And the way you guys bring it together in there, the way you allow people to associate that particular call with any given record out there in Salesforce, fantastic stuff. I like what I see. And everybody needs to have CTI enabled in their service org. That's just my personal opinion, but you know what? You guys really brought it today. So thank you for that demo. I am going to hand it over to Joshua Hoskins. Are you ready for our next Demo Jam participant, my friend?
Absolutely. All right. Next up, we have Proximity Insights. Proximity Insight helps brands treat all of their customers as VIPs. Channels disappear, and it's all one brand, one experience with different touch points as opposed to siloed channels. Welcome to the art of clienteling. So today, Rob is going to show us just how Proximity Insight can treat Emanuele as a VIP. Are you ready, Rob?
Yep. So
right,
I like to buy. Ooh, go ahead. Let me know when we're ready.
Over to you. Your 3 minutes starts now.
So I like to buy stuff. People do as well. And one of the things I do sometimes is return things, and it's not the greatest experience. I'll put in everything into a ticket or a case. I have my item returned, and then they don't have it for a return. The item's not there. Regardless, there's a waiting on the customer status. And we're going to walk through a situation like here. Matt bought a fanny pack. He returned it, and now it's no longer there. We need to get his attention. But Matt's always on the go. And now he's in one of our stores here, interacting with a sales associate, helping him, you know, because he forgot to pack underwear for TDX. So as we're in here, I'm looking up, and I could actually see who Matt is, even though I've never worked with him on any level. So I could pick him up, and I can immediately see his whole entire profile. I could actually see the fanny pack that he's purchased. I could see some recommendations Einstein is telling me to do, and I could also see in the wish list what he has on Commerce Cloud. So again, I could dive in and see a couple things. He loves cats. He sleeps with an Einstein plushie, and he loves motorcycles. I could see his wife Karen is in here. I could see his shoe size, but let's jump to the important part. I could see his case. And I could see and right now offer him this type of service immediately here. So let's say I pick out that fanny pack. I could actually go into the activity. I have the ability to now actually complete this, which will update the case. And also, I noticed that Matt wants to be part of a fanny pack party that's coming up. So I have the ability also to opt him into an outreach, very simply. And with that, Matt will go on his way, and I will go back to my business. I'll be managing the floor as well. But the thing is that I will also be triggered this outreach of a VIP exchange, thanking them and offer complimentary products. So when I have the chance, I could quickly log in and engage Matt again, thanking him for his visit, and then also maybe make a suggestion of some additional fanny packs that we could have so we could build the connection. So what did I just do? I helped Matt close a case on the go. I gave an amazing experience, and now I have the ability to upsell as well and be more with the brand. And this whole solution is built completely on the platform. Our email open rates through our customers is typically over 50% on the open rate. The response rate hovers between 20 and 30%. And we also have customers through SMS, WhatsApp, WeChat. And through this engagement, we're able to raise the brick and mortar stores revenue by 5 to 10% by providing this amazing unified customer experience with Service Cloud as well. Thank you.
Awesome, right in time. Well, thanks a lot, Rob, for showing that. What I love about this demo is it's a good thing that Matt Lacey happens to be sleeping right now, because Matt Lacey does exist, and I love the story about his fanny pack. But over to the demo, just the fact that you're able to provide a seamless branded experience that is relevant to the products that Matt needs, as well as just the accessibility through a mobile device and the traceability that you have all the way through the transaction and dashboards is just a great experience. So thanks, Robert, for putting that together. And I'm sure Matt Lacey would love to hear this demo when he wakes up. I'll forward it to him. All right, Jeff, who's up next?
Well, I'll tell you in a second, Joshua, but my first thought was, wait a minute. I thought the thing that if anything that he's going to forget, Matt might forget one of his vests. I mean, that's one thing I've known Matt Lacey for years is the vests he wears. And, well, apparently that's not what he's lost or what he's left behind. Nonetheless, it's time for our last demo of the day. We've got RevCult. These guys deliver solutions to ensure that you can support Salesforce users effectively and efficiently. Customers like Blue Cross and Blue Shield providers and the largest, most complex financial services institutions out there in the world, they use RevCult to ensure that the users have everything they need. But to tell us about it, to show us exactly how it works, I've got Toby Curtis here today. Hey, Toby, are you ready for a demo?
I am indeed.
All right, your 3 minutes begins now.
All right. So we're going to go through a couple of tools in the Cloud Security Cockpit that kind of help you see who has access to what and why. So let's imagine that somebody called in and they reported a user named John Mahoney. He's been editing social security number fields on contacts, which is something that he shouldn't have access to. So in the object lens here, we can go ahead and search for the contact object and bring that up. And then we can go ahead and filter down to the social security number field. And we see John Mahoney, and he does have read and edit access to that field. And he has it because of this Analyst Plus permission set. So if we don't want him to have that access, we can go ahead and click right through to the permission set. It'll take us there. We can manage assignments, and we can remove John. So then we'll just go back to the Who Sees What Explorer, and we'll give it a refresh. And then we're going to go right back into the contact object and filter back down to the social security field. And there's John. He no longer has access, so that's good. So another situation that's arisen is Pamela Ruffridge. She is a marketing user, and she's just kind of gone AWOL recently, and she reset all of the branding colors for the community. So we did a little research, and we found out that she would need the setup community system permission to be able to do that. So we've gone over to the system permissions lens here of the Who Sees What Explorer, and we search for communities permissions. And there we go, create and set up communities. And there's Pam, and she does have access to this permission. And it's because of this community manager permission set. So if we didn't want her to have that access, we could, just like John, go in, manage assignments, remove Pam, and we'll go back here to the Who Sees What Explorer and refresh. And we'll just flow right back into the system permissions lens and check on our communities permissions again. And there it is. Create and set up communities no longer has Pam in there. So she no longer has access to do that. So one last scenario that has come up is we've had a user, Perry Santucci, and he's been editing one of our high rollers contact records, which he shouldn't have access to. So we could go into here to the Security Access Explorer, which shows for a given record all the users who have access and why. Or we could use the Lightning component for the Security Access Explorer, which has already been dropped onto the contact record page. We'll go right into the contact in question. And here's the Lightning component showing all of the users with access. And there's Perry Santucci right there at the top. And why can he edit this? Oh, it's because Devin Bushweller manually shared this record. So if we wanted to fix that, we just head into the contact share table, remove that share record, and then Perry will no longer be able to edit this contact. And I think that's going to wrap it up for me. So I'm going to throw it back to you, Jeff.
Wow. I got one word. Fantastic. This is, I tell you what, here's the deal. Salesforce has gotten more and more features, more and more administrative capabilities, and yet that complexity has made it even harder to make sure that you have all of the right permissions, the visibility of people to every little field, everything about, setup permissions, all that. And I like the way that you've got the lenses there. So when you look through that Explorer and see who has access to what can they do, you've got different perspectives on it. It's an element of being able to see quickly. And I can imagine whether it be for audit trail purposes or somebody within compliance or anything like that, this looks like a very simple tool to use and yet powerful because it takes you directly into where you can make those changes. You understand exactly why. I mean, that thing about saying, hey, it was manually shared by somebody, that's pretty much, okay, I said fantastic. I'm going to use brilliant as another term there. So I like it. I really appreciate you doing the demo today. And you know what? It's come to the time in the show here. We're going to open it up for voting and see what all the audience thinks of everybody who demoed today. But you know what? While that voting is open, we are going to have you guys also, actually, Amanda's going to be the one. We're going to bring each of our panelists back on and have them answer a question coming from the audience. So take a look there. You've got that link to go ahead and vote. You can choose who you think wins. And Amanda, I'm going to give it over to you to bring our panelists back and answer some questions.
Great, yeah. So we'll ask a question from the audience to each of our contestants today. Voting is open. The link is in the chat as well as on the screen. Remember, you can only vote once and do not vote if you work for the companies that presented today. All right, the first question is for Commercient. The question is, when you integrate over data, how do you control what people see?
Yeah, good question. It's pretty cool because all the information we sync to Salesforce is native to the Salesforce system. So therefore, the Salesforce admin can use user roles or permissions to control who sees what, or even rearrange and simplify the screens by showing fields or not showing fields that people need to see. And in that way, you can control how people see the data.
That's great. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Tie it back to the data that you already have in Salesforce and the permissions there. Great, thank you. Mm-hmm. All right, the next question is for Coveo, presented by 7 Summits. The question is, what type of content can I connect to and how difficult is it to set up?
That is a great question. So as you saw in the demo, I showed a YouTube video that was not hosted in Salesforce. So that was an external piece of content. You can also connect with systems like Confluence or WordPress or Adobe Experience Manager. So those are just a few other examples, but Coveo has over 30 productized connectors. So the world is really your oyster. And that also includes a generic REST API that you can use to crawl for on-prem content as well. So, we can connect and index just about any type of content with structured or unstructured data that you would want to pull into that search experience.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
No
The next question is for NICE InContact. Can external routing work with Salesforce Live Chat?
That's a great question. And yes, it can. As we kind of demoed in the demo jam before, you can actually take Salesforce chat and cases and route them through the NICE InContact IVR in order to apply the best available agent routing protocol to them, allowing us to make sure that if a case goes to me because I'm the best agent, then if we're looking for the best person to chat, we'll send it right to Frank because he happens to be the best available person for that medium of communication.
Makes sense. It's so important to be able to support the different ways that customers are looking for information from companies. So that's great to hear. All right. Question for Proximity Insight. First, where can we get a fanny pack? And second, what's the implementation timeline like if I am an existing Service Cloud customer?
So if you're interested in a fanny pack, please reach out to us at hello@proximityinsight.com and I'll talk to you about it. And on the implementation, because we are built natively on the Salesforce core platform, we're in the same data set as Service Cloud. So I have done an implementation as fast as in 3 weeks, and the slowest one I have was for 8 weeks when it comes to working with the Service Cloud solution.
Oh, great. Yeah, I think obviously it depends on your level of integration and where you are in your experience with Salesforce and your journey with Service Cloud. So good point on that. All right, last question is for RevCult. Now, folks, remember, you can only vote once, and as you're hearing the answers to these questions, they should help inform your voting decisions. The question is, if somebody is reporting that a user is editing information they shouldn't be able to see, what can you do about that?
That's a good question, and perfectly addressed by this app. So it depends on what kind of information they're editing. If it is something like, it is fields on a record or on an object that they shouldn't be able to see, then the object lens or the user lens would be a good way to find that out. You could either search for the object and look at that field and find the user and see their permissions and why they have them. The user lens would just look at one specific user for all objects and fields, and so you would be able to find the same field information there. Or if it was something like the community branding set from the demo that is system permission driven, then you'd head over to the system permissions lens. And if it was really targeted, like just on a specific record, that's what the Security Access Explorer would be best for. And you could just paste in a record ID or search for the record's name, and it'll come right up, and you can get all that information.
Great, thank you. All right, guys, back to you. Any exciting events or things coming up?
Well, Joshua, what have you got coming up? So you said that you just got back from Europe. I'm sorry, was it Europe Dreaming? Which one was it that you just got back from?
It was Eurodreaming, and it was in Amsterdam. So lots of fun, great crowd. We had a demo jam there, and it was like lots of fun. I think, one of the things that I love about the Ahana community is the fact that globally we can come together regionally as a community and just talk about geeky technical chats. My mom was there. She got to meet and experience the Ohana. And then lots of other people, just fellowship and friendship, as well as great learning. So it was a really good time at Eurodreaming.
That's actually funny because I remember years ago, Mike Gerholt brought his mom to Minneapolis for a Salesforce event, and it was a fantastic time. So she was learning why Mike was so into everything Salesforce at that time, and we went out to dinner with her that night, and it was just fun. So I like seeing that people are bringing their mom to Salesforce events. I want to see who's going to bring their dad to an event, or at least I haven't heard about that yet. So I don't know. We're going to have to keep a watch on who shows up at all these events, but I kind of feel a little jealous there, Joshua. I haven't been to an event since, well, let's see, New York World Tour was my last one before last one recently, but all good times.
How is Toronto?
Toronto was actually really good, and that was not too far apart. They had a really big crowd there. Actually, you know what? There was a Salesforce Basecamp event going on in Minneapolis that was packed. I mean, we're talking, I think it was over 600 people showed up. So it was a great crowd. And, you know, it's amazing to me to see, especially in markets where I've been here for a long time in Minnesota, and to see the Salesforce community grow out of that has been fantastic. And there's just so many great people out there, so many opportunities, and you hear about the great ways that people are utilizing Salesforce. And obviously, the more the technology increases, the more the AppExchange partner community can increase. And man, it just benefits us all.
Absolutely. All righty then. Jeff, I think we have a winner. It's your turn
I
this
think
time.
we do. So, is it really? All right. So, everybody, thank you so much for attending the Demo Jam today. For the winner of the June 2019 Demo Jam, it is Commercient. And hey, I introduced these guys, so I'm excited to see that you guys won today. So, do you want to come back on and give a little acceptance speech, a little thank you to the crowd for voting for you today?
Awesome. Yes, thank you. It's a pleasure to represent Commercient. They have such a great product and a comprehensive sync service. And being my first webinar, I cannot complain. Thank you so much, everybody, for voting.
Well, we are so glad that you were here today. We saw 5 great demos out there from some great people who really understand customer service and making apps that partner well with Salesforce and make the overall experience so much better. So to wrap it up today, Amanda, why don't you kind of lead us out?
Yes, thank you so much. We hope everyone had as much fun as we did. These partners work super hard, so we really appreciate everything that they did to prepare these demos for you today. You can watch this recording on YouTube within 24 hours and share it with your friends. Watch it again. Check it out at YouTube/AppExchange. And you can also continue to follow along on Twitter with #DemoJam to see some of the recaps from today, as well as share your thoughts online and share some congratulations to the winner as well as to everybody else who participated. We have some exciting demo jams coming up as well. On June 27, we have NorCal Dreamin' in California. That is at norcaldreamin.com if you're in the Sacramento area. True North Dreamin', July 11 and 12, which is in the Ottawa area in Canada. So check that out at truenorthdreamin.com. And because you've registered today, just come back next third Thursday, which is July 25th, for Commerce and Marketing Apps. And again, you can register for that at bit.ly/appdemojam, although you're all registered, so all you have to do is come. But definitely share with your friends, especially those marketers and folks in commerce. That's it for me, Jeff and Joshua, and we hope you have a great day and happy summer.
Thanks, everybody.
See you later. Bye-bye.